In this video, we will be studying regarding about VB.NET control structures. Then what is control flow? Control flow is nothing but where statements, instructions or functions of a particular program will be executed from top to bottom in the order they appear in the code. Code is nothing but here program. In case of control flow statement, even it will break up the flow of execution by making use of decision making, looping and branching, and enables the program to conditionally execute a particular part of the code or particular block of statements or particular set of statements in a program. In a program, statements may be executed sequentially, that is one after the another, selectively or iteratively. Every programming language, whether it can be VB.NET, C programming, C++ or Java programming, they provide constructs to support sequence, selection or iteration. There are three different categories of programming constructs are available. The first one is of sequential, the second one is of selection, and the last one is of iterative. In case of sequential, the statements or the instructions in a program will be executed sequentially or in series or one after the another. Coming to the selection, in case of selection, it is nothing but something like choosing between two or more alternative paths. In case of selection, it will allow one set of statements or one block of statements to be executed if the condition is true. If the condition is false, what happens? Then another set of statements or another block of statements will be executed. Coming to the iterative, what happens in case of iterative? Iterative is nothing but repetition. It is used for looping. This will repeat a piece of code or a set of statements or a block of statements till the condition is true. In case of a sequential construct, the statements will be executed one after the another. That is in the form of sequence format, in the form of series format. Down we have a default flow of statements where after executing statement 1, statement 2 will be executed, then the statement 3. Coming to the decision making and branching, decision making is a process of checking for a condition. Depending on that condition, a particular block of statements in a program will be executed. This is nothing but it will check for a condition. Condition can result either in the form of true or false. If the condition is true, then what happens? A particular set of statements or a particular block of statements in a program will be executed. Think that if the condition is false, then what happens? Another set of statements in a program will be executed. Coming to the branching here. Branching is nothing but even we call this one as conditional statement. It is a breaking the sequential flow and switching the control of execution into another part of the code in a program. This is nothing but it allows the flow of execution to jump to the different part or another part of a program. In case of selection construct, we have a flowchart here and here we have a condition. Condition can be either true or either false. Think that if it is true, in that case this entire set will be executed where we have statement 1 and statement 2 will be executed and later the control will be switched back to other statements in a program. In that case, false will be ignored. False will not be executed. Think that if condition is false, in that case, what happens here? This entire block will be executed. Statement 1, statement 2 which is placed vertically, that will be executed and later the control will be switched to other statements in a program. If the condition is false, in that case, true statements or true block will be ignored. In VB.NET, we have two different categories of a selection construct. One is of if statement. The second one is of a select case statement. This we will be seeing in the next video. And select case statement we just call here the multiple branching statement also. Coming to the if statement, again we have four different categories here. The first one is of a simple if then statement. The second one is of if then else statement. The third one is of if then else if statement. And the last one is of nesting, that is nesting of if else statement here. Right now we will see the first one, that is if then statement. In case of if then statement, it will check for a particular condition. If the condition is true, then what happens? The set of statements which are relating with the true part will be executed. Otherwise, if the condition is false, then it will be ignored. Let's see the syntax of if then statement or the format of if then statement. This will begin with the keyword if, and later in the set of parentheses this will take the Boolean expression. Even we can place the condition here. Boolean expression will provide the result in the form of true or false. Then we have statements, then if will end with end if. Think that if the condition is true, then this particular statements will be executed. If the condition is false, what happens? Then whatever the statements after end if will come, that part will be executed. This indicates that we don't have any statements for the false part. Let's see the example of if then statement here. We have just taken the condition num. Num is a variable where number, if the number is greater than 0, in that case we will be displaying the message that will be it is a positive number because it's of text type, it is taken in the double quotes, and this message will be displayed in the tool or the control, that will be text box 1 dot property is text, and if statement will end with end if. Now we will see the second one, that is if then else statement. In case of if then else statement, this will take one condition and that particular condition will be checked. If the condition is true, then what happens? The particular block of statements or the set of statements will be executed which are pertaining with the true part. Think that if the condition is false, in that case what happens? The else part or the false part will be executed. Whereas in case of previous case, that is the first one, simple if then statement. In case of simple if then statement, we had only if the condition is true, we had statements relating with the true part, but we didn't add any statements for the false part or the else part. Let's see the syntax or the format of if then else statement here. This will begin with if keyword, and later in the set of parentheses we have Boolean expression or the condition. If the condition is true, then what happens? True statement or statements will be executed. If the Boolean expression or the condition is false, in that case what happens? The control will be shifted to the else part. In that case, the false statement or statements will be executed, and if a statement will end with end if. Now let's see the example of if then else statement here. This will begin with the keyword if, and within the set of parentheses we have just taken here the variable num, that is num indicates here number. Then comes out with the operator, that is mod operator or modulo operation or modulo division operator. What is the use of this particular operator here? This will return the remainder when one number is divided by another, right? Then comes out with 2 is equals to 0. Then let's take here num is 4. 4 mod 2. In that case what happens here? 2 2s are 4. 4 minus 4 is 0. 0 is equals to 0. Then in that case the message will be what? It is an even number. This particular message will be displayed in text 2 box, that is text box 2. Then the property will be text, right? Okay, let's take here num is 7. Okay, 7 mod 2. In that case, what happens here? 7 divided by 2. Then 2 3s are 6, right? 7 minus 6, the remainder will be 1. 1 is equals to 0. No, in that case what happens? The else part, the false part will be taken into the consideration. In that case the message is what? It is an odd number. This particular message will be displayed in text box 2 and the property is what? Text. And if statement will end with endif. Now let's see the third one, that is if then else if statement. In case of if then else if statement, this is mainly used to check or test a number of cases or list of cases or list of condition, and it will execute only one set of statement or only one block of statements for the case or for the condition which is true first. Right now let's see the syntax or the format of this particular statement. This will begin with if keyword and later we have the condition 1 or the boolean expression 1. If the condition 1 is true, then this particular statement or statements will be executed. If boolean expression 1 or the condition 1 is false, in that case else if is taken here, else if keyword, and within the set of parentheses it will go for checking with the second condition or the boolean expression 2. Condition 2 or boolean expression 2 is true, then statement or statements will be executed. Think that if condition 2 is false, in that case this will go for the else if boolean expression 3 or condition 3 will be checked. If this is true, then statement or statements will be executed, or else it will go for checking with other conditions. Dot indicates here, again we can include condition 4, condition 5, and conditions can be included. Think that none of the conditions are true. If all the conditions are false, then what happens here? This will go for executing the else part or the false statement will be executed, and if statement will end with endif. Now we will see the fourth one, that is nested if. That is nothing but nesting of if else statement. Nesting of if else statement is nothing but one if else statement inside the another if else statement. That one we just call here the nesting. That is nothing but in one if body we will be having if else statement, and in one else body we will be having another if else statement. Let's see the syntax of this one. This will begin with the keyword if, and within the set of parentheses we can see here expression 1 or condition 1 will be available. If condition 1 is true, then this entire set will be taken into the consideration. This will go again here inside this we have a block. Again we will be having if else statement here. This will again begin with if, and here we have the expression 2 or the condition 2. Then if condition 2 or expression 2 is true, then statement 1 will be executed. If condition 2 is false, then else part statement 2 will be executed, and this if statement will end with endif. Coming back to the expression 1 or condition 1, if this is false, then what happens? Here comes out with the false part. The false part will be executed, that is else part or the body of the else will be executed, and this if will end with endif. Now we will see one more format or one more syntax of nesting of if else statement here. This will begin with the if keyword, and here we have the expression 1 or the condition 1. If condition 1 or expression 1 is true, then this particular set of block will be taken into the consideration. Then here again we have one more if else statement, here. This will begin with if, and again we have the expression 2 or the condition 2. If expression 2 or condition 2 is true, then statement 1 will be executed. Think that if condition 2 or expression 2 is false, then this will go for the else part. In else part, statement 2 will be executed and this if statement will end with endif. Think that coming back with expression 1 or condition 1 is false. In that case, this will go for the else part. In else part, this entire block will be executed and again we have inside if else statement here. This will again begin with the if, then within the set of parentheses we have the expression 3 or condition 3. If condition 3 is true, then statement 3 will be taken into the consideration. If condition 3 is false, then this will go for the else part, that is statement 4 will be executed and this if statement will end with endif and this if statement will end with this endif. Now we will see the example of nested if, or even we can just call here nesting of if else statement here. This will begin with the if keyword and within the set of parentheses. Within the set of parentheses or without parentheses also we can place the condition here. And here we have taken the variable num. Num is nothing but number. If number is greater than 0. Think that let's take here number 5. 5 is greater than 0. In that case, the message is what? It is a positive number. This particular message will be displayed where? In the tool or the control, that will be text box to dot text property. Think that if number is lesser than 0 or equals to 0, think that if it is of -6 or -4, in that case, this will go for the else part. In else part, again, it's a false part here, where in the else part we have the one if else statement here. If we have not taken here the parenthesis, with or without parenthesis we can place the condition or the expression. If num, that is number, is lesser than 0, then what happens? It is a negative number. Think that suppose if number is -4, in that case it is lesser than 0. And message is what? It is a negative number and this particular message will be displayed where? In text box 2 dot text, right? Okay. Else, if this is false, then else the number is equals to 0. This particular message will be displayed where? In text box 2 dot text and this if statement will end with endif and this if statement will end with endif. Thank you. Have a nice day.